So you may be wondering why I'm dressed like this. Well, I do work for Uber and Lyft, and this is my way of keeping the sun off me and burning me to a crispy critter. So today we're going to look at Galatians 1:1, and you may, if you read it, you go, that's weird. How come he's giving his credentials? And so maybe you've been in the same situation where people are talking about you. So I had a job with BMC. The software I was working on got hacked away, and because a contractor in another office in Austin wrote his own version, since they were having so much trouble with the one I was supposed to be working on. And of course he was thinking, I'll get to bill hours for everything I fix. So the worse the better, right? So the first thing he did I got transferred over to Austin, and I was working, I'd be fixing stuff. And so then I noticed at night, he would fix everything that needed to be fixed, or as much as he could, leaving me hardly anything to work on, right? And so I was literally taking money out of his pocket every time I fixed something. So when that didn't work, he went around behind me and started saying things about me that weren't true. He criticized the fixes I made to, I had a different boss every month, so they didn't really know anything about me. And they would just say, they don't want you. Well, if I don't work on the stuff, then what is there to do? I got nothing to do. So no surprise that when layoffs came, I was on the layoff list. And so, I took the high road. I didn't go accusing him. But that guy, he was a snake. Everyone around me, said the same thing. So what about these guys who were saying things about Paul? They were saying that he wasn't a true apostle. Well, that's not true. If we read Acts, we find out he was with Jesus Christ for 3 years. Same amount of time that the other apostles were with Jesus Christ. And since he was in the desert by himself, nobody else could possibly have taught him anything except Jesus Christ. So he was an apostle. He learned only from Jesus Christ. Yes, he did, have contact with the other apostles, but they didn't teach him, right? He had already learned from Jesus Christ. And so he was a true apostle. And so sometimes we find ourselves in these situations where people are saying things you have no idea where this stuff's coming from, but you do know that they have an agenda. And it doesn't matter what it does to you, they're going to get their agenda. So what were they doing? Well, they were promoting grace plus works. And this was his problem. Circumcision itself, you may be thinking in modern think, well, so what? All right, get circumcised, make everybody happy. But no, you see, the problem with that is that this is grace plus works. And the truth is, according to the Bible, is that you can do nothing for your own salvation. You can do nothing to save yourself for eternity. And that's the whole point. Jesus Christ has to do it. When he died on the cross, the Old Testament rules went away. Now, there's still anything that's repeated in the New Testament is still, it gets repeated. Now it's still in there. But just adding to the gospel just so to make you feel better or whatever, it's a no-no. Don't do it.